Alright, so you saw me take it apart quick. Here's the old one, the old motor. It's really wore out. The rings are garbage. And so rather than just put new rings in it, I ordered this whole nother motor, and it wasn't that much, like $45 or something to that effect. So this is essentially the entire motor. We got the flywheel side and the clutch side, and you just put all the plastic back together. So I cleaned the plastic up good. I could put the motor on here first, but I want to put the oil pump, which goes in here, and the drive gear will be sticking up through here, but there's a hole that lines up where this goes down right to there, and then when the oil pumps, it comes out here. So you want to make sure it's lined up well, and some people say that it can't screw up, you know, in other words, you just throw it in and you're done. But it looks to me like it can go much too far. So what I'm going to do is I wanted to measure the distance between the bottom here and that hole. There's a hole in there, and that would line up with this hole here. Otherwise, not going to work unless they had it in backwards. But no, that wouldn't work, because then it would just pump the oil back downwards, so that wouldn't work at all. Okay, so it was proper, and there's some pieces in there. I think you can see them. There's some little pieces in there. I want to get them out. So let's see. Alright, got that. And might be harder than I thought. So I can stick that down there and possibly see it from another angle. Yep, there we go. So I can see it, but you guys can't. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so we are at 0.805 or 20.46 millimeters, and stop losing parts. See, this is the old one, and it's steel or stainless looking. Don't know if that makes it better or worse than the new one, which now is right in front of us, I'm sure. that great? You guys are probably looking right at it too. I literally just had it because I took the piece out of it. Oh, there we go. Look at this. Good. Okay. So 20. That's the entire length of that. So from there to there, it's 12 and a half. So it's got to be seated 12 and a half. No. 8. Maybe it's got to be 8 down then from there. Okay. Get her lined up. Looks good. Start her in. And I don't want to bang on that, so it's just going to be a push. And I got screwdrivers in my plier drawer. Guess I was busy doing something that day. Alright. So, let's push this in. Okay. There she's going. I probably could have oiled that. This is much too wide, but at least it'll get it going. Hurts the old hand that I hurt when I fell. Okay, so now there's threads in the bottom of this, in the bottom of the oil pump, and that's so that once it's down in there you can thread a bolt on it and pull it right out. That's one of the ways that they show you to do it, but I was able to just push down on the gear itself and push it out. But we got to get that further in, and we want to do it without damaging anything. That's too big. Probably, if I had that screw, I could screw it in and tap it down. And as you see, I don't have it. Yeah. So, we're going to resort back to a little socket. So here it is. And we'll find a socket the same size as that. Alright, so too big. Here's a 5mm socket. Okay, so it just so happens that this 5mm socket in this one is snap-on, so it is the right size. Okay, so remember, it was 20.5mm, and then it was 12.5mm from the surface to the hole, so that means it's got to be down 8. Yeah, even that one's good. Alright, so we just have to be down 8mm who uses millimeter, right? Yeah, it's only 5. Everything looks good there. I think I'll go to a smaller hammer. Okay. Seven. Seven and a half. Eight. Okay, so it also did feel like it bottomed out. And everything seems to be functioning properly. So a few things away that we don't need right now. Alright, now they say to make sure you put the right side in the right direction. You know, you wouldn't want the clutch side out this way. So now the other thing is we have to put the manifold boot on, which normally has this plastic collar, but we're not going to use that again. And I believe I have a new manifold boot. Okay, what did it do? Where did it go? It's been like a week since so the problem with these manifold boots, as well as this thing swelling and getting an air leak around there and leaning the saw out, but the boots get cracks in them, and then of course that can lean them out as well. And this one doesn't look great, so let me see if I can find the other new one. It's probably right here, but I'll be back.